Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Delaney, and for today's video we are going to be ranking products I have tried in 2021. Now I decided to limit it to products that launched in 2021 just because if we did products that I tried, old and new, it would literally take forever. So I have 35 products to talk about today, and some are even grouped together, so we'll get there when we get there. But if you're interested in seeing a ranking of worst to best for all of the products that launched in 2021 that are in my collection, then keep on watching. All right, starting from the bottom, last place goes to the Tatcha Silk Powder. Now, Tatcha's an expensive brand. I did get this sent to me in Influencer, which is review for product kind of thing, which if you want to know more about Influencer, I did do a video previously on my channel, but I can always talk about it again if you want. Leave your questions in the comments, I'll answer them. But I was sent this in Influencer free for review, and I'm glad I got it for free because I really did not like this product. As you can tell by it being in last place, it says it's a radiant translucent powder. It is neither radiant nor translucent. And the packaging is plastic. Feels super lightweight and cheap for the price tag. I'll pop up on the screen what the actual price retail is. Even though I got it for free, I am judging this as if it was at its retail price. Even if it was free, I don't think I would take it again, to be honest, sorry. So when you open it up, it does get super messy. It has this little stopper thing, but that doesn't really help. Also, this is yellow. This is not translucent. Usually translucent powders can leave a white cast because they're white or colorless, you know? So this is not translucent. This is actually deeper than my skin tone, which is the first problem I have with it. And second of all, it has glitter in it. I wouldn't call it radiant. It's more glittery than anything else. And you know me, I like glitter, but not on my under eyes. But my hand's glittery now where I just put the powder. That shouldn't happen for a setting powder. And this also dried out my under eyes. There's a lot wrong with this product. Just trust me, save your money, don't buy this. This is absolutely the worst product in my collection that I tried in 2021. Next up is a product that I never really use, so it's kind of hard to say it's bad. I'm not really saying it's bad, but I hate it. Collaboration, 10 out of 10. This is the e.l.f. Chipotle collaboration lip gloss. I do have the palette. I will be talking about that in my ranking the palettes I tried in 2021 video that will be coming shortly. But this is the lip gloss in the shade Hot Salsa. Love the name, love the concept, but it is a make it hot lip plumping gloss, and it smells like cinnamon. And when I tell you I despise cinnamon, like red hot cinnamon, not like, ooh, cinnamon sugar or baked goods, cinnamon rolls, not that kind of cinnamon. I'm talking about like red hot, big red gum cinnamon. Absolutely not. Get it out of my lip gloss. No. I would just, if someone was giving this for free, I wouldn't take it. Sorry. I've tried e.l.f. glosses in the past. I like the formula. This, the scent, is just not for me. Also, it's a plumping gloss, and I don't really love plumping glosses usually, so this is just an all-around no for me. Collaboration, again, love it. This product, hate it. Some people may love it, I just don't. It's all preference. All right, next up, we have the NYX Pore Filler Targeted Stick. Yeah, this does nothing. Also, it has a shelf life of 6 months. I feel like that's not a long shelf life at all. I don't even know if it's old now. Is it old? Has it been 6 months since I got it? I don't know. Anyway, it literally feels like silicone, but like powdery silicone. So it's this kind of chapstick looking thing, and you put it on your skin, and it's supposed to make your pores disappear. Really, it does nothing. You don't need it. I would say it's whatever. But if you want a product that does something, this is just not it. Anyway, next up, we have from ColourPop. This is their Glossy Lip Stain in Twice Shy. These were brand new in 2021. And when I first got it, I enjoyed it. It was fine. It wasn't my favorite lip formula ever. It definitely has more watery formula when it goes on. It feels really, really wet. And that's not my favorite, but that's not why I don't like this as much. It is quite separated and it looks absolutely disgusting on the inside. And I've only had this for less than a year. I've had lip products last me over a year before and be pristine. So I don't know if it's the sheer amount of water in here. I mean, water-based things and bacteria, not a good mix, first of all, and your mouth has bacteria naturally. So I can kind of see why those two probably wouldn't mix. But even so, like, I haven't touched this in a very long time. I can't remember the last time I really enjoyed using this. It's just okay. It leaves a little bit of a stain. That's not my kind of lip product anyway. The shade's fine. You know, nothing to write home about. But I opened this today and it's less than a year old and it smells disgusting. So I may leave this just in my drawer for the declutter, but I'm decluttering this. It's not very long lasting and I didn't really enjoy the formula as much, so no. Sorry, ColourPop, you do some good things, but that ain't it. This one's actually not bad, okay? This one's not bad, I just don't use it all the time. All right, so next up, we have, again from ColourPop, this is a collaboration with the Powerpuff Girls. And again, I have the palette as well from this collaboration, but it'll be in the next video dedicated to palettes, because if I included it in here, you'd be here forever, and I don't think anyone has the attention span for that, including myself for editing. So there were 3 included in the set. You have Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup. Bubbles, Buttercup, Blossom. I do know my Powerpuff Girls, I promise, I'm just talking. When I saw them release this, I was so excited, because Blossom was my girl. I always wore a pink bow. I always loved pink and glitter, and I loved to be the leader. And so yeah, Commander and the leader. Yes, I love it. Okay, but of course this one gets the bubblegum flavor, my least favorite. But okay, so the Blossom one has a bubblegum flavor, the Bubbles has a blue raspberry, and the Buttercup gets a green apple flavor. Love these 2 flavors. Bubblegum, okay, not my favorite. The reason that they're here is, yes, the rollerball is nostalgic. It definitely has that lip smacker rollerball lip gloss from the 90s kind of feel to it, which is fine. It's just not what I use today. If I use a gloss, I'm gonna be putting it over lipstick, and the rollerball does not work well over lipstick. It just gets all gunky and weird. And so practically, these are not the best. If you're just wearing a lip gloss on its own, then these might be for you. This one has a subtle, like extremely subtle pink tint. The other 2 are clear, and I'm just not going to be reaching for them a whole lot because of that. Did I get these for nostalgic reasons? Absolutely. Absolutely I did. But it's not the most nourishing and hydrating lip gloss in my collection. I feel like 2021 was the year of the collaboration. I mean, everyone was collaborating with a makeup brand this year, including some very interesting franchises. Cocoa Pebbles, did you see that one coming? I mean, this was a complete shock to me when I saw it being released. I mean, love it, love the idea. As for the packaging, this is the Cocoa Pebbles highlighter, and is their neutral one. I don't actually think it has a shade name. I think the shade name is just Cocoa Pebbles, if I'm not mistaken. But the packaging looks just like a cereal box. So cute. I love when things look like smaller versions of a big thing. I don't know why, I just think it's adorable. All right, and then on the inside, when you open it up, it looks like cereal. It looks like you just poured the cereal out, or it's like in that clear bag, you know? How freaking cute is that? Packaging, they get a 10 out of 10. So cute, and I honestly was sucked in by the packaging. If it did not have this cute of packaging, I would never have gotten it, because me and Makeup Revolution don't mesh. I don't think I've ever had anything from Makeup Revolution that has wowed me at all. And usually that's what I end up decluttering. This one, will the packaging save it? That is yet to be determined. I will be doing a declutter series starting in the beginning of the year. But anyway, so this is what it looks like on the inside. Really pretty, just like multicolored things. But the problem is, I can't wear this deep gold, I can't wear this deep bronze, I can only wear these 2 light shades. So mixing them all together It is almost too dark for me. It does work if I go pretty light with it, but you can see how it's real dark. Like real dark if I mix it all together. It's because of that bronze and because of the gold. It's a beautiful shade. Like on a deeper skin tone, that someone would rock this. It looks gorgeous. And it's actually pretty soft and it feels fine. It's just, I need to specifically target these two light shades in order for it to work for me. Here's the lighter two shades underneath that, and that I can wear and get away with. But the top one is the ones all mixed together. It's just, it requires a lot of work for me to get it to somewhere that I enjoy, and I don't like that. I like just dipping into the highlighter and putting it on. I have so many mess-free, hassle-free formulas that I like better. It doesn't melt into your skin as well as other highlighters I have either. So yeah, all around, it's just not my fave. Next up, I'm gonna try to speed through these because I feel like I've been talking forever and we're not even halfway there. All right, let's go. So Pixi came out with a bunch of collaborations this year. They did four influencer collaborations, and each influencer got to do a different palette. So one did lips, one did face, like highlighters, and one did face, like sculpting shades, and one did eyeshadow. This is Louise Rose collaboration with Pixi. I have nothing against the influencers behind this, just as a heads up. I'm just sheerly going on the makeup and how much I use it, how much I enjoy it. This is the lip palette, and beautiful shades. I actually do like the formula. I'm just gonna swatch a couple shades. So here are a couple shades swatched. And I love how you can mix these together, get your perfect shade of lipstick. The only problem is they're not 100% opaque. I would rather have 100% opacity and then have to sheer it out than have to just keep building and building and building and building. Now that's my preference, and I know for makeup artists, maybe there's a different preference. I don't know. Like I feel like it's too matte and it's too sheer. I feel like if it had a little bit more pigment and it was a little creamier, I feel like it would be even better for makeup artists as well, but maybe I am wrong. Let me know. But I love the neutrals on top, and I love like you get a pop of pink. You have every pink and red shade you could ever want, including some neutral shades. So shade range in here, 10 out of 10. Am I gonna use a lip palette all the time? No. I definitely prefer lipsticks, lip glosses, lip liners to a lip palette, but for makeup artists, this could be for you if you like the formula. So definitely check it out. I think this is a great inclusive lip palette, great for a kit in this hard, sturdy plastic. So makeup artists, check it out, see if you like the formula. For the average consumer, are you gonna really use this much? Maybe not. I would just probably vote for 1 or 2 lipstick shades instead of this. Next up, we have the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. Now this, again, we're kind of in the stage of it's not bad, I just don't love it. And this is kind of the epitome of that. It's not bad, I just don't love it. So I've used it 4 or 5 times, as you can see by the divots in here. I've heard people really like this. I have acne, and I don't think it did that much for my acne in the way of fighting. And I know, I get it, I only used it 5 times. You're not gonna see super great results from that. My issue is I'm dry skinned, but I felt like this made it a little more oily than it should. And for acne prone skin, I don't think it should make you oily. Does that make sense? I don't know. The e.l.f. Putty Primer in general is okay. It's not my favorite primer formula. Maybe that's why. I've heard it works really well for other people. For me, it worked okay. It worked fine. As far as pore filling, it was okay. It didn't erase anything, but it helped a little bit. It's just meh. And it does not do anything for color correcting. Even though it's green and it looks really green, it does not color correct. Okay? I always need to color correct separately anyway. And next up we have from NYX again. I'm so sorry, NYX. The reason that it's here is because it could not beat the original. And so this is the Milky Gloss from NYX. I have 2 different shades here. I have Milk and Honey, and I have Milk It Pink. Yeah, Milk It Pink. Beautiful shades. They're fine. They're okay. They're just not as good as the Butter Gloss in my opinion. And I think they're more expensive. You do get more product in these though. If you're gonna buy a lip gloss from NYX, I would just go with the Butter Gloss. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, next up, we have the Makeup Revolution. Surprise, surprise. But people have raved about this on TikTok, saying that this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. Absolutely not, people. Absolutely not. Are you really gonna tell me that this blends out the same? Maybe for other people, I don't know, maybe I was doing something wrong. The only thing that's similar is the applicant. It's the application. Like, it has a little poof. This little fluff thing here. It's okay. Here it is. It's a little on the warmer side. It blends out okay, but you have to blend it immediately or it will dry. And see what I mean? Now it's darker right here and I can't blend it out. Like, you have to blend it immediately or you will not get it to blend at all. And that's just a little finicky for me. I prefer that I can do like dot, 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 and then go all the way around my face and then blend it. This one, I have to go boop, boop, and then blend. Boop, boop, blend, which is a small thing, but that's why it's in the middle. It's okay. But don't be coming for Charlotte, okay? Don't tell me that this is the same, because it's not. It's not. This is in shade Deep Caramel. That's the closest I could find to the Charlotte Tilbury, and that's why I got it. I really, really love the Charlotte Tilbury one, and this one just doesn't work as well in my opinion. So yeah, it's just a little more finicky. It's a little bit, requires a little more attention than the Charlotte Tilbury one. Moving on. I don't want to take too long on that. All right. Next up, we have, this one's a late entry, late applicant, okay? This one I got in my Melt Mystery Bundle, which if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It was my most recent upload. This is the Sex Foil from Melt Cosmetics, and it's in the shade Fetish. This is an expensive product. Packaging, awesome. It's glass. It has a pump, really enjoy that. It does pump out a lot at a time though, and that I don't really love. The shade is very pink. I did not get to choose the shade. It's a little bit, I talked about it in this video, in the other video, a little bit more in depth if you want to go check it out. This is a definitely thicker formula, and I just have to be careful about when I apply it in order to not pick up my foundation underneath, and the shade is just too blushy, and I don't love it as a cream blush. I would like to use it as a highlighter, but because of the shade, I can't. So maybe in another shade, I would like it more, but as a blush, I have to wear it as a blush because it's this pigmented, but it's just not my fave. It's very luminous, very pretty. It has like a duochrome shift to it. I just don't really want to use it a lot as a blush. I would prefer a different shade to use it as a highlighter. It's expensive, so get it on sale if you want to try it. All right, next up, one reason that this is kind of lower than I originally anticipated is because of the packaging. This is the ColourPop Extra Glazed Cheek Palette. This one, I know it's a little thing, but the shade popped out immediately. Like as soon as I got it, and it doesn't even look like there was any glue on it. There was no residue or anything on it, so it's almost like it just didn't really get glued, which I can always glue that. That's not a huge deal. If I was in love with the formula, I would probably have glued it back, but it's definitely on the powdery side. Like, there's a lot of kick up when you use a brush, and in all of the blush shades. This is a Super Shock highlighter, which I do love, and it's just as good as their other Super Shock formulas. It's just in a palette, so that I really like. The blushes, you have to go super light-handed. You have to knock off the excess a lot because it's super powdery. It does look okay. It's just not as seamless as some of the other blushes I have, and this doesn't fully close because of the packaging. I just can't deal with it because this, and the fact that this will come out because this won't close. It falls out like in my bag sometimes, which no one needs that. So next up, we have the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer. Mine is in the shade 12N, Fair Neutral. I like it, I don't love it. It's a fine concealer, it's just not my favorite. I'm a diehard fan for the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I love that concealer so much. much cheaper than this one, and this one is not as good in my opinion. It's definitely not a creaseless concealer in any way, shape, or form. It's definitely more hydrating than the original Shape Tape, which I do enjoy, but I'm not gonna spend all that money because I like the CoverGirl one better. Great, moving on. We have the Tower 28 Beach Please Cream Blush in the shade Power Hour. I like the packaging a lot. I love this kind of like plastic acrylic clear packaging. I really do like the shade. It's a little bit deep for me. I got this in a set with a lip jelly, and I think I would have picked a different blush shade if I didn't get it in a set. But the formula's okay. The formula's fine. I have other cream blushes in my collection though that blend a little bit easier than this one, and that's why this one is here. It's very long lasting on the cheeks, so if you want a long lasting cream blush, definitely check that one out. It just, you have to work with it pretty quickly. I don't think it sets down as much either. It kind of stays tacky a little bit, so if you don't like that, you might not like this. This one took the world by storm, especially on TikTok. This is from KVD Beauty, and this is the Good Apple Foundation. I know that they were talking about how this packaging is fully recyclable, which is wonderful. I love to see that. I wish more makeup brands would do so. I kind of like that it's just clear packaging. You could see how much you have in it, like that's fine. My gripe with this is you get so little product. I hit pan on this after like 4 days of using it. You don't get much product in here, and it's really nice. It's a really nice formula. If you want super full coverage, this is perfect. Super high coverage. I mean, you swipe it on, it is like a mask, and it doesn't look necessarily like a mask. It just has high coverage, which in that respect, it's wonderful. It's just, it's not the coverage that I go for nowadays. I'm kind of here for like a medium buildable coverage, not full coverage anymore. And this one is just a thick consistency because it's a balm and I prefer liquid. It's just preference. This one also doesn't last as well as some other foundations on me throughout the day. It lasts okay, but not as good as say like my NARS. A little bit too much coverage for me, and yeah, it's just too little product for the price. It sold out immediately and got a lot of hype, but I don't know. I had a time where I really loved this, but I think that time is past. Next up, we have from Pixi Beauty. We have, oh, I forgot to mention, all the Pixi stuff was sent to me in PR. I don't receive a lot of PR, so I kind of forget to mention that, but just as a heads up, all the Pixi stuff is sent to me in PR. Great. Now, moving on. So, we have the On The Glow Blush Sticks, or Tinted Moisture Sticks, sorry. And I have shade Juicy. Shade Juicy is the orange. Shade Fleur is the pink. And we have Ruby Red. Awesome. Cool. These are awesome. They are not super long lasting on the cheeks, but they have a decent wear time. I mean, we're not talking like a 24-hour wear here. We're talking more about like 8 hours, which is fine. Sometimes less depending on how oily your skin is. My skin is dry, so this lasted a little longer on my cheeks, I think. But the pigment, it's super blendable. Like effortlessly blends into the skin, and it is dewy on the skin. So if you want that like dewy blush, cream blush look, these are awesome. They have it at Target and to the drugstore. I don't know, wherever Pixi is sold. But these are really good. I actually really like the red shade and the pink shade. The pink shade's definitely my most reached for. The orange, not so much. I just don't go for orange all that often. But these two I definitely have gotten a lot of use out of. And I would recommend applying this with a brush, not swiping it directly on the cheek, because if you do that, you could lift foundation. But just don't do that and you're fine. But these look really good on the cheeks. The lasting power could be a little better, but they're really good. From here on out, I really do like the products. I mean, we're kind of in the middle to the top. So these are good. I don't have anything else to say about it. Another product that I enjoy, but we just had to rank them somehow, right? This is the Fenty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. This one I just don't get enough use out of. I do use it, just not enough. Problem is, I have dry skin, and this clings to dry patches. okay? If you don't have dry skin, you probably don't have that problem. If I moisturize well enough, I don't have that problem. But if you don't, and your skin is parched, this doesn't look great. And the lasting power can vary. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it doesn't, like after 8 hours. It's just kind of a hit or miss for me. But immediately after I put it on, it looks great. It's like a blurring filter for your skin. Really, really great, like immediately. And then 8 hours later, it's not the best wearing on my skin. Some people have said it lasts forever on them. I don't understand how. I don't know if it's just my dry skin. Something doesn't mix with my skin very well, which makes me like it and not love it. If I'm doing like a short-term thing, like I'm just going to the grocery store, I'm just going somewhere really fast and then coming home, this is perfect. And if I just want to look natural, this is perfect. I have the shade 2, if you're interested, which is a really good shade for me. So I've heard people rave about it. It's just not my personal fave, but that's okay. All right, next up we have from Juvia's Place. This is the Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer, and this is in shade 1, which is the lightest shade. And this is pigmented as heck, okay? This is really pigmented. But do shake it before applying because liquid will shoot out. Like it kind of separates a little bit, and that scared me the first time, not gonna lie, because it just ran down my hand and was like, oh my god, okay. But this has so much coverage. So I'm just gonna put a little baby dot. I just put that much there. I mean, this is more coverage than concealers. That is intense coverage for an eye primer, and it leaves the skin a little bit tacky, but not too tacky. Perfect for making shadow last longer. This is a really good eye primer. The only reason it's here is because I don't wear eye primer every time I do my makeup. But when I do, I use this one. All right, next up, we have 2 palettes from Pixi, and we're getting to the top-ish here. I have 2 palettes from Pixi, and the reason that they're together is because I use them together. I barely ever use one without the other, and you'll see why. So I have the Pixi and Promise collaboration. This is their Shapeshifter palette. And I have the Makeup by Denise and Pixi collaboration. And this is their Mind Your Own Glow Find the Light palette. Long name, but it's fine. So this one is a highlighter palette. I kind of use it as a highlighter and blush palette because obviously these tones on me are blushes, not highlighters. So I can kind of use for both. The formula, really, really wonderful. They're glowy blushes. They look beautiful, stunning on the skin. They're kind of shimmery, but not glittery. They really do give you like a healthy, blushy glow. I really enjoy the formula. Also, I really love the highlighter formula from Pixi. I think I actually have it on today. I have both of these palettes on today. I mix a lot of the tones together. And as someone who's studying to become a makeup artist, I really enjoy a palette like this because it's great for so many different skin tones. And I love that. I love the inclusivity of these palettes. I love how I can just, as I'm studying to become a makeup artist, I can put these in my kit and use these on clients, and I would feel comfortable working on any skin tone with these palettes. This one is the Shapeshifter palette. As you can see, it goes from really deep to really light. And you have 2 highlighters in here. If you wanted to just put this one in your kit, you could. And these can be used as setting powders or as like matte highlighting shades, which works a lot for if you want to do matte makeup instead of dewy. I love how you have your cool tones and your warm tones. It just is a great, well-rounded palette. It's just a little bit big. Like, unless I'm using this at home or taking it in my kit, I'm probably not going to take it traveling as much because it's not compact enough, but for everyday use, absolutely. For a kit, absolutely. Love the formula, love the shades and the range. So Pixi knocked it out of the park with these, and congratulations to the collaborators as well. Right, next up, we have this little set here from Fenty Beauty. This was a holiday set for this year, and it came with a mini cream gloss bomb in the shade Peach Pout and a cream blush in the shade Peach Face. I'm gonna be real with you. I use the cream blush way more than I do the gloss bomb. I love their cream blush formula. It's beautiful, pigmented, blends really easily. The shade works for me. I really enjoy it. There's just one cream blush that kind of beat this one out, and you'll see that coming soon. I like the Gloss Bomb formula. The cream is not my favorite. I like the sparkly one because it just gives your lips a more juicy, glittery look that I love. Obviously, I love glitter, but they're both good. They're both really good. And I like the set. This set is ranked as high as it is because of the cream blush, not the lip gloss. If I had to rank them separately, this one would probably just be like, meh. Really enjoy these. Next up, people on TikTok were raving that this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Now, I would say I like the Charlotte Tilbury better, but if you're balling on a budget and you want a similar look, this does really work. This is the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. It has a really long name, but this is the lightest shade, which first of all, it's almost too dark for me. Yeah, it's almost too dark for me. If you're really pale like me, really fair skinned, this will work for you, but under foundation. I don't put this over foundation. It's really glowy. It has one of the poof applicator things, the fluff. This is it on my skin. See how deep it is? I mean, that is not my skin tone. And this is the fair, the lightest shade. It does blend out really, really beautifully. And it does give your skin a nice hydrated glow. It's just too deep for me. So if they make another shade, maybe this would come closer to the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's really good. It acts very similarly. It gives you a nice radiance. I don't really have anything bad to say about this. I like the applicator. It just gets gunky. If you can see, it kind of looks messy, but I do appreciate that you can see how much you have left. I like that about it. And it's definitely cheaper than the Flawless Filter, I think. But yeah, they work very similarly. I just like the Charlotte Tilbury one a little bit better. Next up, we have from e.l.f. and Jen Atkin, another collaboration. I told you collaborations are just all of 2021. I think this is stunning. So this is in shade Bring It On Brown. It's the duo, okay? I don't know what the full name is for it, but it has the lipstick on one end and the lip liner on the other. And as you can see, mine's messy. The shades are really beautiful. It's definitely a matte formula for the lipsticks and the lip liner, but they complement each other so beautifully. They're actually not, I don't know if it's like a trick to the eye, but they don't look like the same shade. The lip liner seems a little tiny bit darker than the lipstick, and I like that because you can kind of get like an ombre thing going on with your lips. This is just awesome to keep in your purse. Perfect on the go lip. I don't know, I really love it. I wish they would actually come out with these in more shades. e.l.f., I'm looking at you, please do that. Next up, this one I kind of put together. I could separate them, but I don't want to. These are the Makeup by Mario sticks. So I have a bronzer stick and a blush stick. And we have the blush stick is in Dusty Rose, and I have the contour stick in light medium. I probably needed the lighter one. I think they have a fair light or whatever that's a little more cool toned than this. This one works for me. It's just a hair too warm. But the blush, Dusty Rose, my perfect blush color. Absolutely love it. They blend really well. I will say I do prefer them if you put this not directly on your skin. If you just take a brush and put it onto the, if you put it onto the brush first and then apply it with the brush, I enjoy the look of it better then. If you swipe it on like in a line, I just found it's a little bit harder to blend out. But for the most part, they blend really, really well, especially if you use a brush. Just be careful how you use it. Warm it up on the back of your hand first too. Don't just use it cold and just go in, you know, all the things, right? But long wearing as hell. Really, really good formula. Blush especially lasts on my face forever. So if I was doing like wedding makeup or something, this is long wearing. Love it, especially if you set it with a powder blush. This will not budge. The contour, again, if you set it with a powder, boom, you have just long wearing makeup that could last you days. We have up next an indie brand. I wanted to give some love to the indie brands, okay? Because I feel like they're not always included in here, but this was a new launch of 2021, and I love this formula. I really do. This is the Give Me Glow Cosmetics new packaging for their highlighters, and I believe this shade is new. But It's a new compact and a beautiful highlighter. This shade is new to me, so if you've been on my channel for a while, this is the Give Me Glow old packaging, and the actual writing has come off. You can kind of see it a little bit there. This was their sunset whatever highlight, and this is in the shade Late Night Coastin', which was my original one. I use this shade every day still. I really enjoy it. This is in the shade You Want a Peach of Me. Love the name. This is a face and body highlighter. It's just more on the pink side. The other one's more on the champagne side. If you haven't tried their highlighters, you need to. If you like blinding highlights that also you can make subtle if you really want to, this is it. You see how beautiful that is? I mean, how reflective is that? This is one of my most intense highlighter formulas in my collection, and I love that. I want to be able to either have a subtle highlight or a blinding highlight and be able to choose instead of having a subtle one and then have to like really build. I love the new packaging. It's more luxe and more sturdy than the old packaging, and I like how you can see the product inside. Give Me Glow has one of my favorite formulas of highlighters. This was just a no-brainer. I really love this product. All right, next up we have from Melt Cosmetics, another late applicant in 2021. I just got this again in my bundle, in the mystery bundle. So definitely check that video out if you want to see more about this. This is the cream blush light in the shade Golden Hour. This is the cream blush that I was talking about that beat the Fenty one for me. I love Rihanna, don't come for me. I love Fenty, okay? But I just found I like this formula better. This formula is just a tad more blendable than the Fenty one in my opinion. It's very pigmented. It's very creamy. I just love how it immediately picks up on the brush and it really looks beautiful. So there it is on the side of my hand. It blends out like a dream. It looks like my natural skin, and I love the packaging. It's very nice and compact. Really love this. I would absolutely get more shades of this, 100%. I'm glad I got it in a mystery thing and got it on a discount, but I would get another shade of this. If they have more pinky ones, I would love that. Next up, we're speeding through. I've been talking a lot. All right, we have the e.l.f. Putty Bronzers. Woo-woo! These came out and everyone freaked out because, oh my gosh, the putty blushes are amazing. Again, that is another favorite of mine for cream blushes. I definitely like the Melt better than the e.l.f. one, but the price point is a lot different. So can't really compare the two because of the price point. But the Putty Bronzer, I really enjoy these. So I have two different shades. I have Feelin' Shady, which is like a cool toned version, and I use that to contour. And then I have Tan Lines, right? Yep, which is a warmer version. Here are them two together. You can definitely see the difference. So I use Tan Lines to bronze up the skin, and I usually use it on my high points and my forehead and anywhere the sun hits. And then the contour, I obviously use where you would put contour in the hollows of my cheeks, and you know the drill. These are beautifully blendable, creamy, just pigmented, but not like too pigmented. It's a very buildable product, which I enjoy. It doesn't pull up my foundation. It's very easy to work with. I really love this. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's $6, I think, each, like for each shade. So yeah, if you're balling on a budget and you love cream bronzer, definitely try it out. All right, next up we have the Lawless Beauty Lip Gloss. This is I actually have the mini trio set that came out for the holiday, but this lip gloss did come out this year, I believe. I have Daisy Pink, Rosy Outlook, and Velvet. So these are beautiful shades. I love the frosted glass look to them. Very cute, very chic. They're plumping, smoothing, and nourishing, and I say all of those claims are accurate. All of them are pretty sheer. I wouldn't necessarily say that you need a certain color, although if you want it to be very sheer color, then choose whatever color works best for you. This is the darkest shade in the trio, which is shade Velvet, and that didn't change the color too much, did it? But yeah, so this is the darkest shade Velvet. Beautiful. Beautiful by itself, beautiful over top of lipstick. I don't know if you can see how the lines of my lips just went like plumped. It does not feel tingly at all, which is why I like it. You know, before I said I didn't like a plumping gloss. The reason that I'm okay with this is because it doesn't tingle. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't tingle at all. It just smooths the lines of your lips, and that's it. It does not make your lips grow like 300 sizes. This gives you a beautiful, sophisticated, juicy look. Next up, we have from Wet n Wild. This is $5, $6, something. I don't know, it's cheap. Whatever it is, it's cheap. This is the Tinted Hydrator Skin Tint. Well, Tinted Skin Veil. It has hyaluronic acid in it, squalene, oil-free, sheer to medium coverage. Perfect. Bingo, you got me. This is my skin tint. I like this one even better than the Fenty one. Because I have dry skin, the hydrating skin tint wins, okay? This makes my skin look beautiful. It actually does last a while on my skin. The only gripe I have with this is it's not pale enough for me. This is the shade Porcelain, and it's the lightest shade that they have available, and it's too dark for me. Because it's a skin tint, I can make it work, because it's a sheer coverage. But Wet n Wild, I'm looking at you. Please make a lighter shade for us fair skinned gals out here, because I love the formula. This would be an everyday foundation for me if they had a lighter shade. But I love it so much. Nonetheless, it just looks like a hair yellow on me because it's not my perfect shade. But beautiful formula, 10 out of 10. If you want to try a skin tint, this one is amazing. It also comes with 0.91 fluid ounces, which is almost 1 ounce. The Fenty one has 1.08 fluid ounces. This one has almost 1 fluid ounce. So the price difference is huge, and I would absolutely vote for the Wet n Wild. You may have thought that Fenty was getting the short end of the stick in this video, but that's about to change. So next up, Fenty Beauty Eye Bright Concealer, Eye Brightener. Yes, Bright Fix Eye Brightener, that's the name. I have mine in the shade Golden Ivory, which is shade 02. The only gripe I have with this product is how messy it is, and it's hard to control the product, and you see how gross the cap gets. But this is so beautiful under the eyes. It does not look cakey. It doesn't have high coverage. It's about a medium coverage, but it really looks like your eyes are just awake. I love it. I really love it. It's super smooth and blendable, and it just looks beautiful underneath the eyes. The under eyes are a very dry spot for me, and I love it. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. It's a medium coverage though, so sometimes I need to add another concealer on top, but it's beautiful. This may seem like a cop-out, but these did come out this year, okay? The Super Shock Shadow formula has been out forever now, but these are a part of the Disney Princess collection. So Disney did a Heart of Gold collection, like vault thing, and then they have these available singles. So naturally I had to get my 2 favorite Disney princesses. I got Aurora's and Rapunzel's, and they are just so pretty. So Aurora's is called Once Upon a Dream, and Rapunzel's is I See the Light. And so I See the Light is this beautiful pinky, not pinky, it's like a purple, like a lilac with pink kind of flip to it, a little bit of blue in there and a little bit of gold in there. I mean, it has a lot of just beautifulness in there. This is I See the Light. Really hard to do this justice, but can you see the gold and the pink and the blue sparkles in there? I mean, this is so pretty. I get so much use out of it. These are like everyday shades for me, which is why they're so close to the top. And this one is Once Upon a Dream. This one I use even more than the purple one. It's just super pigmented, super sparkly. This is Once Upon a Dream. It's kind of got a goldy, peachy flip to it with gold, peachy glitters in there, and it's got pink as the base. So both of these are so pretty. And of course, I had to represent with Aurora. She has a little crown on hers, and then Rapunzel has her son. They did a great job with the packaging and the names. They stayed true to the characters, and I love that. So, absolutely stunning. I did not want the whole collection, but I'm glad that I got these 2. We have 4 products left to talk about. We are getting there, I promise. I know this is probably really long. I've been talking forever. Up next, we have Patrick Ta's Cream Contour and Bronzer Duo. This is amazing. if you follow me on Instagram, I probably am using this 9 times out of 10 in my things this year, okay, in my pictures this year. You get the cream on top with a little flap thing to keep the cream protected, and you also get your powder bronzer as well. I originally got this and I thought this was too yellow for me, but it turns out it's the perfect shade. This is in shade She's Statuesque. It is for fair to light skin tones, and it's absolutely perfect. The powder bronzer blends beautifully and is not too overly pigmented right off the bat. The cream is like my natural skin. Like, it just melts in so nicely. It looks like I'm not wearing anything, but I just look great. It's as much as I can say about it. I've heard mixed reviews on it. Some people don't like it, some people love it. I mean, it's a very polarizing thing, I feel like, in the makeup community. I love it. I actually have hit pan in it. I don't know if you could tell, in 2 spots. See the metal? There's a bigger one here and a little one there. I have hit pan twice. That never happens to me. This is amazing. I love it so much. But yeah, if you want natural beauty that you can build up to make glam, that is for you. All right, next up, we have the top 3 coming up now. So from Natasha Denona, you usually hear me talk about palettes from her, but this time it's the lipstick. This is so beautiful. This is the I Need a Nude lipstick in the shade Amorosa, which came out with the Love collection that was this year. I love the packaging of this. This fuchsia is so unique. It's so weighted and luxurious feeling, like for the packaging. It has magnetic closure, which keeps it super secure in your purse. And then you get a ton of product in here, and the color is My Lips But Better. I know I have lip gloss on. I'm sorry. I mean, who? It looks very similar to what I was wearing, but it's just so super creamy. I love it. This is my perfect everyday lipstick. I love the formula. I love the wear time of it. I love the feeling. I love the smell. I love everything about this lipstick. I love the packaging. I love that it's square. Amazing. I love this. One of my all-time favorite lipsticks in my entire collection. Probably very close to the top, if not the top. So if you haven't tried Natasha Denona's lipstick formula, you need to. This is incredible. I know she's known for the eyeshadow palettes, but the lipsticks are underrated. You need to try them. The highlighters are also really good. Next up, we have from Miss Pat McGrath herself. This is the Divine Blush and Glow Trio in Galactic Sun. So there's 2 different colorways, I guess. There were 2 different colorways of this. One was for lighter skin tones. One was for deeper skin tones. I mean, if whatever skin tone you are, you can wear whatever shade, but I guess that was kind of how it looked, like some deeper shades, some lighter shades. So this one is the lighter version, and you get a pinky blush, a more nudie peachy blush, and you get a highlighter of Dreams. This is so stunning. It's so pretty. It just looks super bright and just awesome. The only issue is the highlighter's a little dark for me, just a little bit, but if I go in with a really light hand, it looks like a glow from within, and it looks beautiful. And these blushes are an amazing formula. The reason that I went for this one instead of a single was because you get a better value with this. You get a highlighter and 2 blushes for I think like $59. Got 20% off of this, and I had gift cards. On the singles, they're like 30 something dollars each, so you get a great value when you get a palette like this, and I absolutely love this palette. I use it almost every day. I either use the highlighter or the blushes, usually the blushes. But I love the packaging, so stunning. It's very luxurious for being cardboard. It's definitely got this like heavy component to it with the plastic here. Really like it, really love the shades. I wish the highlighter was a little bit more pale gal friendly, but I can make it work. So I'm, you know, who am I to complain? All right, last but not least, drum roll please. The #1 product that I tried in 2021 is from Rare Beauty. This is the Perfect Strokes Volumizing Mascara, and I tried it in a mini and I liked it so much that I bought the full size. I love this mascara so, so much. I wear it every day. I have it on right now. It is long wearing, budge proof, makes my eyelashes look beautiful, separating, volumizing. I mean, I don't have falsies on, I don't have anything else, and I've been wearing this for hours. So I could do a touch up, but this is what it looks like after what? Almost 8 hours of wear. And I don't have any like transfer below my eyes. I love this formula. The skin around my eyes is very sensitive, so sometimes things bother me and a lot of flaking will bother me. This does not flake, this does not budge. I love it. I wear it every single day. I used to wear the Sky High, but that eventually, like as the tube gets older, it gets a little more flaky, and I just decided to try a new mascara, and I'm so happy. This is in black. This is amazing. I will continue to buy this all the time, actually. I really love it. Favorite product that I've gotten from Rare Beauty by far, but it's also like one of my favorite things in my collection that I use every single day. No matter what I use on my eyes, no matter what I use on my cheeks, I always use this mascara. It's beautiful. The formula is great. I mean, what can you not love about a budge proof, transfer proof, flake free, black lengthening volumizing mascara? I mean, it's the dream. It's the dream, okay? Thank you, Selena Gomez. If you haven't tried it, try it. Get the mini first, see if you like it, then get the full size if you do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not going to keep you in a super long outro, but please smash that like button if you liked this content and you want to see more content from me. Please let me know what in the comments was your absolute favorite launch of 2021. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope you're having an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I hope your new year is filled with great things. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.